What's up, nerd geeks and gamers alike? It's Nerdy Nick and I am back with another pickups video. I know it's been a while, so let's get right to it. Today's pickups is going to be a various amount of things. So we've got VHS, we've got a comic book, toys, games, and whatever. So let's start with the comics, or comic. So I picked up Gambit. I actually picked up another one, but it's next to my toilet right now because I was reading it while I was on the John. Yeah, I really like Gambit. He's actually my favorite X-Men out of the group. I know most people probably say like, probably Wolverine, you know, maybe Rogue, but I really like Gambit. Always connected with him. He's pretty cool. Anyways, so I got two Gambit comics. We got that one out of the way. VHS time. I picked up The Mummy, Frankenstein, two classics. These got released like, okay, 1999 is when these came out. They include the original theatrical trailer and whatnot. These are the classics collection, the Universal Studios Monsters. I really like these movies. I'm always down to watch some classic horror, you know, OG horror, so to speak. When I saw these, they were $2 each. I jumped right on them. Super ecstatic to get them. Let's see, we also got two more. These ones are a little more cult status. So we got Ernest Goes to Jail and Plan 9 from Outer Space. I got these for $1 each at the Goodwill. I was like, you know what, might as well, right? I've never seen Plan 9, and Cinemassacre preaches on this film, so I saw it and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And then Ernest Goes to Jail. I like this one especially because it's like an old school mom and pop video rental place. You got the sticker down there. It says Dooley's Video Outlet, Wilcox, Arizona. So it made its way down to southern Arizona where I live and whatnot. So that's cool. So I got those two as well. And if you're wondering, Nick, do you just collect the VHS? Do you actually watch them? Yes, I actually watch them. I've got a VHS player down there next to my old TV. Not my old TV, my CRT TV. And I'll use that TV. I'll have like something playing, and then a couple feet over, I have my gaming TV. So like, I'll play games, watch cartoons or whatever at the same time. Let's start off with the NES games that I've picked up. So we got Monster Party. I've never played this game. A buddy of mine told me it's really good and the price for it was decent and fair, so I picked it up. I always get this confused. I think it's called like Monster in My Pocket. So I like to play this and see what it's all about. Now I got some people will say filler titles and whatnot, but I've never played them and I'm excited to. So I got TNC Surf Design from LJN. I got Heavy Shreddin' from the Parker Brothers. I saw this and I was like, dude, this is like so rad. Heavy Shreddin'. Yeah. And then Tag Team Wrestling from Data East. So I gotta clean these guys up, throw them in the NES and give them a go. I'm excited to play those. And we'll go to the PSP here. My lone PSP title I picked up was Parappa the Rappa. The Classic Returns. So, let's see. Yeah, man. It's really just the original, but on the PSP. And I've never played the original, so I thought, cool, man. I dig it. And the rest are PS2 and original Xbox titles. So we'll go ahead and start with Conflict Desert Storm. I really love this game. If you saw my video that I posted yesterday, which would be Saturday, because today is Sunday while I'm recording, you saw my friend Ward and I play Conflict Desert Storm, except we played it on the Xbox. I got myself this copy for the PS2. Everything is like really clean, and the manual is like, it looks brand new. I swear, like I don't know. It's like no one ever used it. But anyways, I saw this. It was like a couple bucks. Picked that up. Next we got Twisted Metal Head On. This is the PS2 port of the PSP game. And one thing that's interesting about this one is you can actually, there's a little area where you can run around as a Sweet Tooth and like find like details on other games and whatnot. If you've watched, I'm a big fan of this dude, is DJ Slopes Game Room. He does a complete history series where he really goes in and does his research on games, and he did a Twisted Metal episode, and he talked about this game, well, the series, and this game in particular showed a little bit of the part where you can run around as Sweet Tooth, and I was like, dude, that's rad. So I actually have this on the PSP, and I love the PSP version, but sometimes like playing on that little screen can just, for prolonged times, it just kind of bugs my eyes. So I'm glad I can actually play this on my console. So that's awesome. And now I'm just short one Twisted Metal game from having them all. I'm a big Twisted Metal fan, so I just need Twisted Metal Small Brawl, and then I'll be set. And that one's actually, you know what, it's hard to find. At least here where I live, I cannot find it. And I'm not really someone who like buys games online, because I kind of like the thrill of the hunt and buying games like in person and finding them in person, but yeah, just one game away. That one's not bad. A lot of people kind of passed on it because it was like a kid version, but I thought it was interesting, you know, the RC cars. So next I got, speaking of vehicular combat, I got Roadkill. This game is from Midway. This was a like post-apocalyptic gang type of vehicular combat game. It's pretty cool. You've got like a gunner in the back, as well as you've got your, you know, your car-mounted weapons and whatnot. So on the back here it says, Twisted Metal Black meets Grand Theft Auto from EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly. It says, the apocalypse wiped out everything except gangs, guns, cars, and vengeance. This one's rated mature for blood and gore, intense violence, mature sexual themes, and strong language. It's cool, it actually runs at 480p. The OG Xbox really pushed, I think it really pushed itself in the games, the software, and on the hardware to run like really well. That's why I like the OG Xbox. It still holds up, I think, today. And I think they killed it off just a little bit too early. Doom 3 really, I think, showed you they killed it off too soon, because that game still looks good today. Next I got Bloodwake. This was really a vehicular combat pickups, wasn't it? I always see this. I always see it. I've never played it, and I don't know why I've always passed on it, but I'm down to play it, man. It looks fun, and I'll probably throw it in later today once I get done with like my meal prep for the week. But it looks really cool. It's just boats and, you know, Twisted Metal boats. Next I got Spy Hunter, Nowhere to Run, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This was like during that time where The Rock was, he was like getting into Hollywood, but not nearly where he was right now. Even physically too. He like kind of shrunk a little bit during this time. I think it was like 2006. This is when he was busy playing the Tooth Fairy and shit, man. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, so Spy Hunter sequel for the Xbox. This one you can get out of the vehicle, beat some dudes up. It says right here, take out enemies using The Rock's wrestling-inspired combat moves. Sold. Now this is Burnout with Guns, is what it says from the official Xbox magazine. One of my favorites here. So this is Army Men Green Rogue. So this game plays completely different, I think, than the other Army Men games. So it says even right here, high-tech arcade shooter, and that's exactly what this is. This is just a run and gun, shoot 'em up kind of game, and I like it. It's not side-scrolling by any means. It's more of, what game plays like this? Maybe like Contra, Legacy of War, where you're seeing, it's a third person, but like at a higher up angle looking down. Anyways, I love this game. This one's really fun. I can't remember where I played it the first time, but yeah, I remember playing it a lot. So this one's missing the manual, but when I saw it, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get this game. immediately. It was only like $4 too, so you know, I'll find the manual somewhere, I'm sure. But yes, love this game. Next I got SSX3 for the PS2. I thought I had this already, but I only have Tricky. So there you go. I love the SSX series. Really needs to come back, man. Shoot, this is back when EA did their EA Big branding and whatnot. That was when EA made some pretty interesting games before they just became kind of like shit. I said it. Features music from Fatboy Slim, Nerd, and more from the SSX3 soundtrack. Yeah. Those games are so much fun. Sit down and fucking jam out, dude. Next I got The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. I probably had the demo, because I remember playing this in some form when I was younger. But I picked this up. Again, another title I thought I had, but I completely didn't. This game's graphics are pretty good. It's interesting because it's a first-person game. It's not a first-person shooter because I think you do more hand-to-hand combat, really, than you do shooting and whatnot. It's very interesting. It's kind of like, it's linear, but it plays kind of like an RPG in a way. With, you know, side quests and, you know, and whatnot, so it's pretty fun. It's not like fast-paced run and gun, you know, and whatnot. I like it. It's got the likeness of Vin Diesel, obviously, and the voice of Vin Diesel, which is rad. Oh my goodness. Next we got probably the worst game out of the James Bond games. It's GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I had this when I was like 13 or 14 in high school for the PS2. It was okay. I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but you know, like when you play a game when you're a kid and then you get older and then you play it again as an adult, it's different. Sometimes you're like, oh wow, it's not actually as hard, or it's not as bad as I remember it being. So that's what I'm hoping happens here when I pop this game in. So we'll see. And then last here, I've got Robotech Battle Cry. This game's pretty neat. I'm not a big fan. I can't say no. I'm not a fan of Robotech the anime. I've just never really seen it. But I remember playing this game on a demo disc when I was younger. So it came out in 2002. And it was fun. It's cel shaded. I like cel shaded games. They're pretty neat. I like the look of them. It's unique, you know, or was back then when not everyone was doing it. But I like how your mech can change into, like, you know, a jet. It's pretty neat. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. I like playing it. Obviously, if I didn't, I wouldn't buy it. And so for 2002, it even says 480p. I think that's pushing it, man, for back then. Ooh. And that's my pickups. Oh, no, I got one more thing. So I got this awesome Lara Croft figure, and I was like, at first glance, I was like, man, they probably want a lot of money for it because it's in really good condition, and it's got both. She's got both of the guns and the holster. The backpack's on. There's like no. I was like, God, please don't let there be like chew marks on it or something. There isn't. There's like a little, you know, hole for where her foot would go in a mount, but it didn't come with the mount for it. But oh, dude. Another thing, I'm a giant fan of classic Tomb Raider. I've got all the games, and I've got all the strategy guides for them. I've got the movies. Lara Croft was just like, you know, if you were a kid in the 90s growing up, Lara Croft was like the third-person action hero, you know, on the PS1 to you. So I saw that. There was no price tag on it. So I like walked up to the manager at this place I go. It's called Bookman's. I was like, bro, how much do you want for this? And I'm a normal, or a normie, or what is it? A usual customer. Regular, there you go. Gosh, man. I'm a regular there, and he was like, how about $1? And I was like, sold, man, sold. So I got that. And I believe that's about it. Oh, excuse me. So those are my pickups that I've gotten recently. I know I've gotten some more comics too, but I figure that's just a bit much for one video. I'm already at 15 minutes here without editing. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what your favorite thing you saw in my pickups roundup this time was, and let's start a chat going in the comments below. And let me know if you got any good memories of the games that I've picked up, or games that you're interested in playing, just like myself, because a lot of these pickups I haven't even played before. And that's the beauty of being a collector who doesn't like have everything, you know. A lot of the stuff I pick up, I've never played before I pick them up. I was a Genesis, PS1, late N64 kid in the 90s, and then I had a PS2, an original Xbox, so I never really played like any of the games, like a lot of GameCube games, Dreamcast, Saturn, NES, SNES, a lot of those games, like I didn't really get to play, so being an adult and having an expendable income, it helps. It helps me check out on what I missed out back in the day. And then I just like the VHS format, man. There's something about it that's just like, I don't know. I like collecting it. It's cool. One day maybe I'll have like a Nerdy Nick's rental station. I don't know, man. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching and spending your time. And, you know, make sure to like, comment, you know, subscribe and share if you're new. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay nerdy.